In a high school classroom in China, during a very important test, a girl nervously waits for her teacher to turn his back to her so that she can cheat on her test and copy the answers on her notebook. The girl's name is Lin Tanjiao, and she's so anxious about getting caught she's sweating profusely. When the teacher finally turns his back, she quickly grabs her notebook and starts copying the answers, and she's almost there when suddenly a wind accidentally blows her notes to the ground. Lin is stuck waiting for someone to notice her cheating, but only one of the boys in her class sees it. Lin slowly and covertly turns to look at him, but instead of telling on her to the teacher, he grins. The boy is Gale Xiang. Lin thinks she's done for in class, that he'll surely tell the teacher, especially since she's the best student in class and had never made a mistake before this test. Lin is good at everything she does. She used to lead the choral when in elementary school, she won prizes in middle school, and she always won running competitions in high school. She's so competent and intelligent that the accomplishment wall in her house barely has any space left to put new prizes she won. Lin absolutely loves to be the girl parents used as an example to their unruly kids. It doesn't matter if she needs to stay up late studying. All she wants is to have a successful life, one she can be proud of, and in order to have that, she needs to give her best at everything, even being the girl every boy in school wants to date. For her, the secret of success is not to waste your time on pointless distractions, so she always rejects any love letters or confessions. She avoids anything that isn't related to her studies, even her interest in astronomy she left aside because she doesn't consider it good for her education. Now, in her last year at school, her focus is entering the best college. To do that, she needs to win as many points as she can. And that includes the province's 3 Good Award, which gives 20 extra points to the student that wins it. Of course, Lin will stop at nothing to get it. It's the best award she could ever receive, one that will help her in her college applications and make all her effort in previous years worth it. While Lin is dreaming of winning the 3 Good Award, the worst student in class, Gale Xiang, is dreaming of anything but school while he peacefully sleeps during class. The teacher angrily wakes him up by throwing a piece of chalk on him, and Gale sleepily wakes up with his hair sticking up everywhere and a protractor glued to his face. Gale is the opposite of Lin. He doesn't like to study at all, and he doesn't care much about his future after school. He spends his time at school climbing trees and goofing around. He also climbs the window to escape school, something that makes Lin mad. Since they are so completely different, and Lin also considers friendships unnecessary distractions, she would have never thought he would be part of her life, and it all happens when he catches her cheating on a test. After her notes fall on the ground, the teacher catches it and asks who it belonged to. If Lin admits it's hers, she can say goodbye to all the years of hard work and her dream of winning 3 Good Award. The teacher yells at the students and Lin is ready to take responsibility for her grave mistake when something surprising happens. As she's standing up, Gale starts chuckling and catches the teacher's attention. The teacher asks if the notes belong to him, and Gale glances at Lin waiting to see if she's going to come to his defense and do the right thing. Lin can't even look in his direction, and she's expecting him to tell on her. But instead of doing that, Gale admits the notes are his. The teacher angrily yells that his grade is 0, but Gale only smirks and leaves the classroom to go to detention. At the end of the class, Lin goes to grab her bike to go home when she sees Gale coming in her direction. She tries to hide behind her bike, but accidentally pushes all the other bikes, creating a domino effect and a huge mess. Gale comes to the rescue again, straightening the bikes before anyone else notices. At first, Lin is scared of his reaction when he sees her, but Gale doesn't say anything or even acknowledges her. Lin stares at him as if he's a wild animal that is going to lash out at any minute, and nervously helps him fix another mess she created. They straighten all the bikes and Lin finally finds the courage to thank him. Gale jokingly asks her why she's thanking him and leaves before she can answer. Lin is shocked by his nonchalance. At home, Lin's downtrodden and worried. Her mother asks her how the test went, and she says it was fine. Her mother fiercely tells her that fine isn't an excuse to take it easy, to which Lin agrees. Her mother asks her to call her younger brother to dinner, complaining that he's probably watching TV as always. Lin and her brother are very different. He doesn't have all the family expectations on his shoulders like Lin does. As she goes to turn off the TV so her brother can go have dinner like their mother ordered, Lin sees an interview with a man saying that having money makes everything easy. Lin agrees with that reasoning, seeing as her family isn't rich or well off, so her reason to study so much and to always try her best is to give her family a good life when she finally collects the fruits of her hard work at school. Next day at school, Lin covertly waits for Gale behind a wall. When she sees him arriving, she tries to catch his attention to talk to him. Gale notices her and silently approaches the strange girl. Without saying a word, Lin hands Gale $7. Gale is confused and asks why she's handing him money, and with downcast eyes Lin explains that she has never dealt with people like Gale before, so she doesn't know if the amount of money is enough. Gale finds her words funny and grins before asking what kind of person he is. Lin gets angry and almost badmouths him before interrupting herself at the wry look on his face. She starts again by saying that since they aren't friends, she can't accept his help for free. Gale can't believe what he's hearing and turns to leave. Lin stops him again and quietly asks if the money is not enough. enough. Gale gets off his bike and unblinkingly asks why she was cheating in the first place since she has the best grades in class. Lynn stutters much to Gale's amusement and says that she only cheated this time. He replies that she shouldn't make a big deal of it, and Lynn calls him a d**k. To end this awkward conversation, Gale tells her that he has never dealt with people like her either and that he won't tell on her. Before they part ways, with a very stunned Lynn, Gale tells her that he has a lot of homework and that the pressure of doing so much at the same time makes him say things without thinking in class. Lynn angrily asks what he wants, and he finally asks her to do his homework for him, since she's so good at it. Lynn snaps at him to ask his mother to do it for him and calls him crazy. Gale watches her go and yells that she should make his handwriting look sloppy. From that day forward, Lynn starts doing Gale's homework, much to her chagrin. Her worries that he's going to open his mouth to the wrong person and destroy her impeccable reputation prevent her from twisting his neck in anger. With double the workload and homework, Lynn is even more tired than usual. One day, when she meets with Gale to take his homework of the day, he reads one of her notebooks that she had misplaced with his. The homework is about astronomy, something Lynn is very passionate about, even if it's a distraction. Gale tells her that what she wrote is scary, and to explain it to him. Lynn crossly takes the notebook from him and says he wouldn't understand it. It's too late to be nonchalant about it, because Gale noticed that she likes astronomy only by what she wrote on her homework. Lynn snidely asks why he cares, and he wonders why she's acting so bitter with such a simple question. Lynn tells him that she doesn't feel comfortable with people like him. Gale challenges to tell him what kind of person he is, since she has him figured out. Lynn looks down on her nose to him and numbers all the things he does wrong and that she dislikes. He sleeps during class, never studies, and he has given up on himself. Gale makes a sound of understanding and sarcastically says at least he isn't dishonest. Lynn gets mad at him and gives him back all his homework, telling him to do it by himself. Gale shrugs and says it's fine, it's just homework for him. Then, he starts doing the homework right in front of Lynn. But she gets annoyed and takes the homework back. During lunch, Lynn's best friend, Lou, introduces her boyfriend, Ollie, to Lynn. She acts very cold towards the couple, and when the boy leaves, Lou asks Lynn what she thought of him. The first thing Lynn asks is how his grades are and what rank he is in class. Lou is confused about why his grades matter, but to Lynn, grades and rank are the most important things. Back at home, Lynn is studying when her mother enters and gives her oxygen to inhale because it helps her study. Then, when her mother leaves, Lynn starts on Gale's homework and sees many drawings of aircrafts all over the notebook. Again, she gets angry at the boy's lack of respect towards his own education. Next day at school, the math teacher tells the class that there was a very difficult problem in the homework and only one person successfully solved it. Lynn knows it's Gale, because she purposefully solved the problem on his homework so he could embarrass himself. The teacher asks him to go to the front of the classroom and solve the problem again, in front of everyone. Gale was taking a nap, but he confidently goes to the board anyway. Lynn can barely hold her giddiness back because finally she will have her revenge on him. As he tries to solve the problem, the other students whisper and laugh at him. Lynn's plans backfired when Gale admits to not knowing how to solve the problem and that Lynn had done it for him. Everyone is shocked by this information and Lynn tries to save face saying that he was lying. But the bomb had already exploded on her face. It gets worse when the teacher asks why Lynn would do his homework for him and Gale tells the whole classroom that Lynn liked him. That's why she was doing his homework. Everyone starts making fun of Lynn while Gale looks very pleased with himself, especially because she is dying of embarrassment. Later on that day, while Gale is in swimming class, Lynn appears and angrily pushes him in the pool. Gale asks if she's crazy and Lynn asks why he would ruin her reputation like that. Gale gets out of the pool and after splashing water on Lynn's face, he says he was only protecting her. Lynn tells him to look in the mirror because she would never like him like that. Gale accepts it and grabs a loudspeaker to send a message to everyone in his class. He says that what he said in the class was a mistake and that Lynn doesn't like him. He is the one who likes her. Lynn gets even angrier and pushes him in the pool again before stomping out. After Gale's double announcement, all the students in the school gossip about them, which annoys the reserved Lynn more than anything. Boys start making fun of her and girls talk bad things behind her back. It gets so bad that even her little brother finds out about it and questions her. Lou shows Lynn the doodles the other students wrote on the class board with her name and Gale's. She wipes the doodles out and complains to Lou that she doesn't know how to show her face at school with all the gossip surrounding her and Gale. Lou, seeing such a reassured person so downtrodden and desperate, advises Lynn to take a different approach with Gale, to be more soft and girly with him. Lou shows how it's done by twirling her hair and making a cute voice, but Lynn can't do something like that to save her life. It just goes against everything she believes and who she is. She's smart, though, so she comes up with a plan to get rid of Gale once and for all, find him a girlfriend. Lynn decides to create a fake and flirt with Gale until he falls for the fake and thinks he has a girlfriend. Then, with his thoughts focused on this supposed girlfriend, he would leave Lynn alone. She leaves a gift on top of his desk and everyone sees it's a love message. One of her classmates asks if she sent the gift to Gale, but Lynn denies and replies that she doesn't have time for it. Her other classmate, and the boy who has a crush on her, Huang, tells her that it's good she's not involved with Gale because otherwise he would have to tell her mother. Lin cuts him off by saying that he speaks as if they were friends, which they aren't. When Gale arrives, he's confused to see the gifts and letters he received. Lin even bought him a bouquet of red roses. When the other students talk to him about his girlfriend, Gale loudly says that she will bring his breakfast too. Lin gets mad that her job is only getting more difficult, but the other day she buys breakfast and leaves it on his desk. Lin arrives at school satisfied with her work and plan. She's holding the lunchbox with Gale's breakfast when he arrives. She quickly hides it behind her back and nervously listens to Gale's rambling. He notices there's something wrong with Lin's bike and tells her to fix it. To disguise the lunchbox she's hiding, Lin awkwardly smiles at Gale, and he realizes she's hiding something from him. To find out what it is, he pretends to be looking at something in the distance, and when Lin looks the same way, he turns his head to see what she's holding. When he sees the lunchbox, he gets closer to her face and happily remarks that she really brought him breakfast. Lin tries to pretend that she doesn't understand what he's talking about, but it's pointless. Gale figured out she was his girlfriend. Later on, Lin vents to Lu about the whole situation. She's afraid that if it goes on, she'll end up being Gale's girlfriend. Lu comforts her and says that they will defeat him. Unbeknown to them, Lin's brother and Lu's boyfriend plan something even worse to get revenge on Gale because he's pestering Lin. Lin's brother, with the help of his friends, decides to fill a balloon with pee to throw on Gale on his way home from school. Lu's boyfriend helps by trying to delay Gale by talking nonsense to him, but when the time comes, the pee accidentally falls on Lin's brother, and he's dripping wet with pee from him and his friends. He goes home smelling really bad and Lin wonders what happened to him. Instead of telling her the truth, he says that Gale threw a balloon with pee on him. Lin gets angry that Gale would do something like that to her brother and immediately goes after him. She finds his address in a very poor neighborhood. Gale resides with his blind grandpa, and when Lin reaches his house, she sees the old man having trouble with the pipe that burst. She helps him close it and gets soaked in the process. When Gale arrives and sees her wet, he tries to protect her from the water by standing in front of her. It's such a selfless act that Lin starts seeing him with different eyes. He takes her to his bedroom to dry out, and she sees the little things in his life that make him who he is. His bedroom is filled with pictures of him and his family and plain miniatures. She also sees Gale helping his blind grandpa with food, something that no one would imagine the reckless boy to do. While walking around the bedroom waiting for him, she breaks one of his miniatures and worryingly tries to fix it. Gale appears before she can, and hands her a dry shirt of his. While he's fixing the fan to dry her out, Lin boldly asks him why he's picking on her brother. At first Gale doesn't understand what she means, but then he remembers the boy wet with pee and laughs. He asks her if her brother told her what he did, but before Lin can answer, she remembers that her brother didn't tell her anything concrete, so she lets the subject go. She can't accuse Gale of something without being absolutely sure of it. She starts drying her hair while Gale surreptitiously watches. When it's time for her to go home, Gale walks with her. He thanks her for helping his grandpa and she tells him that they are even because she accidentally broke one of his miniatures. Gale chuckles and says that it's okay because he can easily make more. Lin is surprised that he makes the miniatures by himself, and he bashfully tells her that he used to have more, but the teachers took them from him when he brought them to school. Lin's surprise vanishes and she snottily tells him that's why his grades are so bad, because he wastes time making aircraft miniatures instead of studying. Gale complains that she sounds just like their teacher and even mocks that she looks a bit like him too. Before she can retort, Lin sneezes. Gale suggests that she takes some hot water and Lin thanks him. When they reach the point where Lin can go home with no problems, they both say goodbye at the same time, and then abruptly leave, embarrassed. When Lin gets home, she argues a bit with her brother because of the mess he caused, then locks herself in her room. She stares at nothing while she remembers her moments with Gale that afternoon. Next day at school, Lin overhears two girls talking about a love triangle between her, Gale, and his girlfriend. Gale also overhears and questions the girls about it, and they ask him if he's with Gale. He says he isn't, that he's way too good for Lin and that his girlfriend is great around the house. She even knows how to fix pipes. Lin instantly knows he's talking about her, but she doesn't know how to feel about it. After school, Lin is in a convenience store reading a magazine about astronomy while Lu buys lingerie. While there, she sees Gale and hides from him before he notices her. She's really nervous about talking to him again after the way they said goodbye the day before and what she heard him saying at school. As she's covertly turning to leave, she comes face to face with Gale and awkwardly says hi to him, and rushes out of the store with Lu. At school the next day, the teacher asks the students what are their plans for the future. The teacher compliments Lin for her grades in the same test she cheated and asks her what her goals for the future are. Lin shyly says that her goal is to go to a famous university and major in finance. The students all clap for her, much to her embarrassment, The teacher calls out to another student and the girl says she wants to be an actress. The teacher humiliates her by calling her ugly in front of everyone, and Gale, noticing the girl is almost crying, stands up for the teacher. The teacher asks what's his goal and he says he wants to fly. This time the teacher humiliates Gale, calling him dumber than the girl and telling him to put on wings and fly out of his class. Then, he takes Gale's airplane miniature and breaks it. The teacher tells the students that are sitting in the back, including Gale, that when they go to the real world, they will be mud under people's feet. The words hurt Gale more than he's willing to admit. After all, the teacher stomped on his dream as if it were nothing. After class, Lynn is organizing the classroom when she sees one of Gale's miniatures in the trash can. She takes it from the trash and goes after Gale. Before he leaves, she gives it back to him and says she's sure he can glue it back together. She also nervously advises him to be less antisocial and to read more. Gale finds it very funny and can't stop smiling. It's time for their graduation ceremony. Lynn is absent-mindedly standing in line, but for the first time she's not paying attention to what the teacher is saying because she's looking for Gale. Suddenly, one of the other students yells that someone is trying to jump from the roof, and when they all look, they see it's Gale. Gale has made a hand glider and he jumps from the building using it, doing exactly what his teacher told him to. He flies, much to everyone's astonishment. Lynn stares at him with a smile on her face. Gale is fearless, and though he's not the smartest in class, he made one of his dreams come true. Sadly, the landing is not as special as the flying and he ends up entangled in a tree. Huang stands beside Lynn and sarcastically says Gale will be in trouble after the stunt he pulled. But Lynn is more worried about Gale than upset that he created a massive confusion. At home, Lynn reads her astronomy magazine again and sees a flyer for an exhibition that she really wanted to go to. Her father enters her room and she tries to hide the flyer, but he catches it. He tells her that if she wants to go, he will find a way to convince her mother. Lynn is hopeful for a second, but thinking about her mother's disappointment diminishes her excitement. She tells her father to forget it. Her father sighs and leaves her be. When she returns to school, Gale's desk is empty. He's been punished because of his actions by being suspended from school. After class, Lynn takes Gale's homework to him at his house. Before she enters, she has a sudden bout of self-consciousness and tries to motivate herself by saying the only reason she's going there is because she's class representative, and she needs to hand him his homework. While she's giving herself a pep talk, a pretty girl appears and asks if she's Gale's girlfriend, the one who can fix pipes. Before Lynn can answer, the girl drags her to Gale's house and it's filled with people making barbecue. Gale's there too, wearing a multitude of colorful scrunchies on his hair. Gale stands up quickly, taking off the scrunchies, embarrassed that the girl he has a developing crush on is seeing him like that. His grandpa asks Lynn if it's true that Gale has the highest scores in class, much to Gale's mortification. But Lynn lies and says he does. She gives him his homework and tries to leave, but the girl from before doesn't let her. They invite her to eat and she has no excuse but to accept. Gale's older brother notices that Lynn isn't very comfortable and makes an excuse to leave with the other people. Lynn and Gale are left alone in his house. Lynn is in his bedroom waiting for him while he's fixing himself in the mirror. When he looks good enough, he offers Lynn some water because they don't have tea. While he's pouring the water, he makes a mess on the table and tries to clean it up quickly while Lynn stares. Lynn tells him that she heard about his punishment at school, but Gale couldn't care less. He doesn't like school anyway. There's music playing on the radio and Lynn smiles because she likes to listen to that same radio station. She asks Gale if he likes it and he replies that he listens to it every day. Lynn tells him that she used to like the station, but then her mother took the radio away. They sit awkwardly in the room while the radio plays some romantic songs until Gale can't take it anymore and asks if she's hungry. Lynn hurriedly says she isn't and that she needs to go back home. Gale offers to walk her there, but she refuses. She gives him a medicine and says the teacher told him to take it. But Gale knows that his teacher couldn't care less about him, which means that Lynn bought the medicine for him. Gale goes back to school and when he enters the classroom, all the students, but Lynn, clap for him. He walks by Lynn with a smile on his face and covertly hands her a tape with the songs that played on the radio she liked. During break, she studies while happily listening to the songs. She's so happy that she even laughs when Lou's boyfriend opens a bottle in the library and it almost falls on top of his books. Lynn starts helping Gale study so he can become the top of the class like he told his family, and for the first time ever, Gale takes it seriously. But only because she took time and effort to make notes so that he could study. They get closer to one another, much to the chagrin of Huang, the only person to notice their sudden proximity. He's so angry at Gale that he plans to expel him by accusing him of stealing his watch. He puts the watch inside Gale's pocket when he isn't looking and then pretends to have lost it. Huang's friends help him out and confront Gale. Things get physical when Gale reacts and the boys all fight him, continuously hitting him until Lou's boyfriend comes to try and help him. Lynn notices the confusion and runs towards him, seeing a beaten-up Gale trying to defend himself. Huang tries to put the blame on Gale by telling everyone that Gale's father is in jail. Gale tries to hit Huang, but Lynn intervenes. Huang isn't giving up, though, and says that he's like his father, then points out his watch in Gale's pocket. Gale gives the watch back and asks if it's fun for them to frame him for robbery, but Huang replies that it's okay. He already got what he wanted and wasn't going to tell on him to the teacher. Lin watches everything unfold in silence. But it's obvious Gale is worried that she'll believe Huang and his friends. As Lin and her friends are going home, they see Gale leaving. Lu defends Gale, saying that his father wasn't him and he shouldn't be judged by what his parents did. She thinks what Huang and his friends did to him was horrible. Lin listens silently and abruptly decides to go after Gale. She sees him on his bike right in front of her, but decides not to approach him. As if he feels her presence, though, Gale stops his bike and looks behind him. When he sees Lin there, he smiles. They stand in the middle of the way lovingly staring at each other, no words needed to express what they are feeling. In the following scene, Gale brings Lin to a place where she can see the night sky and the city below perfectly. He tells her about his dad, that when he was arrested, Gale went to that place every day. He would see the lights in the city and wonder what his father was doing. He admits that at first, he hated his dad. He was arrested when he was only 7 and the kids in his school liked to make fun of him and bully him because of his father. After a visit where Gale yelled that he hated his father sent him a letter saying that he shouldn't visit him anymore and to spend his life to the fullest. Gale says that because he cared too much about what people thought of him, it hurt his father. Lin wonders about his mother and Gale tells her that she died before he could walk. Lin asks if he still remembers her birthday and he says it's April 12th. Lin informs him that his mother was an Aries and points out the stars where the Aries constellation is. She also tells him that all she did was go back to the constellation when she died. She starts pointing out other constellations and explaining to him how light years work. Gale asks her if she knows so much about astronomy, why she's going to do finances in college, and Lin answers that her mother decided for her. Gale asks her if she wants to study finance and Lin sadly replies that people can't do whatever they want in life. She admits she's actually jealous of Gale because he said he wanted to fly, and he did. In turn, there are things that she can't do because she's afraid of trying. Gale starts singing Hey Jude for her and then says that she shouldn't carry the weight of the world on her shoulders. She should just do what she wants to do. Lin smiles at him like he's one of the stars she enjoys to watch. The results of the tests come out and surprisingly, Gale is in first place. Huang sees the results and accuses Gale of cheating, which makes Lin mad. She tells him that biases don't make him look good and that he has no proof of Gale cheating. She turns to leave Huang but he stops her by saying that he thinks she likes Gale. Lin turns back to him and asks if who she likes has anything to do with Huang, and he says that it does. Lin calls him sick and goes to leave, but he interrupts her again saying that nothing good can come from the son of a thief. Lin doesn't say anything back. After school, it's pouring when she meets Gale. He's soaking wet when he hands her 2 tickets for the astronomy exhibition that she wanted to go to but was afraid to ask her mother. Lin is happily surprised, though when Gale asks her to go with him, her smile diminishes a bit. She says that she has to study that day and can't go. Gale replies that if she doesn't go with him, he will have to ask his fake girlfriend to go instead. Lin smiles at their inside joke and takes the ticket from him, finally accepting to go. She tries to pay him but Gale denies her. Lin thanks him and says that she's wanted to go for a long time, but never could. Lin complains about the rain and Gale pulls her towards it, so they can go home under the rain. They run together and goof around. It's the most fun Lin has had in a long time. Next day at school, the principal goes around the classes to ask the students questions about their education. He handpicked a couple of students to ask questions to, and one of them was Gale. He answers truthfully all the questions, much to his teacher's frustration. When the principal leaves, the teacher calls Gale to talk to him privately. The teacher complains about his answers and accuses him of not thinking about the school's needs before answering the questions. Gale apologizes for the other things he did wrong while at school, but says that he didn't want to lie. His teacher wants him to apologize for telling the truth, and when Gale doesn't, he's sent home early. Lin goes after him and wonders if it's so hard for him to suck it up and do what the teacher asks. Gale still doesn't think he did anything wrong, and he's not really worried about what the teacher thinks of him. Lin questions if he doesn't care about his future and if the fight that day really mattered, but Gale says it does to him, that he doesn't want to lie. Lin replies that some people only say the truth because they don't care about other people's feelings. Gale retorts that some people only lie because they want other people's approval. Lin asks why he helped her cheat then, if he's so honest. Gale doesn't answer. When they are going back home, he asks if she's still going with him to the exhibition. Lin doesn't answer. She enters her house with a heavy weight on her shoulders, none of her happy-go-lucky attitude from days previous in sight. To make things worse for her, her mother is angry because she found out Lin is hanging out with Gale. She tells Lin that if she finds out she's hanging out with him again, she'll make her pay. Lin tries to explain that he's a nice boy and her friend, but her mother isn't having it. She tells Lin that she doesn't have any friends, only competitors. It's the day of the exhibition. Lin is studying like always, but her mind is not really there. On a whim, she grabs the exhibition flyer and decides she is going to go, but as soon as she grabs her purse, her mother enters her room and ruins her plans. Time goes by and the only thing Lin can think about is Gale and the exhibition. Meanwhile, Gale is waiting for her, but she never shows up. The next couple of days, Gale stops coming to school. Lin is worried about him and starts looking everywhere for him, even going to his house. She finally finds him at his brother's repair shop working. She tells him she's sorry she couldn't meet him for the exhibition and that something came up at her house to prevent her from going. Gale says it's okay and lies that he didn't go either. Lynn wonders why he wasn't at school and Gale replies that he quit. Lynn is shocked. She asks what he plans to do now and he says that school isn't the only way to do well in life. He uses his brother as an example with his repair shop. Lynn snobbily says that even if it were a chain of repair shops, it would still be only a repair shop. His brother overhears and comes forward to have it out with her and asks what's wrong with fixing bikes. Lynn says she's not talking about fixing bikes, but about life. Gale's brother sarcastically asks if she has life all figured out then, and then offends her by saying that her life is to look at other people, and that they don't need to do it. Gale intervenes and sends his brother away. Lynn chokes up in tears as she tells Gale that she used to think he had dreams, but that it's only a joke now. Gale inquires about her dreams, and Lynn stubbornly answers that her dream is to study finance. Then she turns and leaves him there, staring at her walking away. Later that night, his brother comes to talk to him. He says he doesn't believe he quit school and wonders why. Gale doesn't want to talk about it, so his brother drops it. He only asks what he plans on doing now that he quit, and Gale replies that maybe he's going to travel and figure things out. His brother says that's a good idea, and Gale explains that if he did it, he would only worry about his grandpa. His brother thinks that he'll worry about Lynn. Back at Lynn's place, she accidentally cuts her fingers, and while she's looking for band-aids, she finds something that shakes her to her core. Her parents were divorced and they didn't tell them. While she's crying, she hears her mother and father arriving and quickly hides before she catches her poking around their things. She is hiding in the closet and still can hear everything her parents are saying. Her parents argue about the way her mother always wants her kids to do what she wants. Lynn starts crying in the closet because before that, she had no clue her parents were having so much trouble in their marriage. It's her brother's birthday, but Lynn can't celebrate anything. Gale meets Huang to grab a document from his school that his teacher sent him. Huang asks Gale how far did he and Lynn go, and Gale smirks at him, which makes Huang angry. He gets to Gale's face and says he hates people like him around her because he's the only one good enough to be with her. Gale gets off his bike and tells Huang that he's been watching too much TV, and that everyone takes a different path in life, and that no one cares about his spite. He finishes by saying that the Lynn Huang knows is the Lynn wearing a mask to the world and asking if Huang ever wondered if Lynn is happy. Later on, Gale is taking care of his grandpa when his grandpa tells him not to worry about his choices, because he's going to support Gale no matter what. Gale feels as if a weight left his shoulders, because at least one person is there for him, at his side. He plans to leave with his grandpa, go somewhere else and start new. He writes a letter to his father to explain the situation and promises he'll become a better person. Next day, before the sun is up, Gale goes to the prison his father is staying at and yells that he's leaving. Then, he goes to the school to meet Lynn. Lynn has won the 3 Golden Award, but she isn't happy about it or even excited. It was just another chore for her, nothing special. While she's talking to the principal, she hears an announcement that Liu Tianchen and Ali Xiaoyang broke school rules by dating. Lynn runs back to her classroom only to see her teacher humiliating Liu in front of everyone. She comforts Liu and tells her that if she studies now, she'll have another chance with Ali later. Liu confesses to Lynn that her dream for the future is to be a housewife and have a normal life. She wants to be a good wife and a good mother, and she thinks her dream is as valid as Lynn's to go to a good college. She's the second person to open Lynn's eyes that not everything is about school or studying. Lynn's mother tells her she doesn't want her to be friends with Liu anymore. Lynn quietly accepts it. When her mother is organizing her bed, she finds the tape that Gale had given her. Lynn tries to take it from her, but she doesn't let her. Her mother destroys the tape and again tells her that winning the 3 Golden Award isn't enough to go into a good school. That seems to be the breaking point for Lynn, because next she tells her mother that she doesn't want to study finances, and that she's going to study astronomy. Her mother calls her an idiot and Lynn tells her that she doesn't want to be like her mother, living a fake life and fake marriage. Her mother slaps her and Lynn runs away. She goes to a playground in her neighborhood and sits on a swing. Her brother goes after her and gives her a flower to cheer her up. They talk for a bit, reminiscing about their childhood, and her brother tells her that day was the first time she impressed him more than any award she could have. Lynn wonders what he would feel if their parents got a divorce, and asked who he would reside with. Her brother admits to knowing for a long time their parents were divorced. He just didn't tell her because it would make her sad. When they go back home, their parents are arguing. They are embarrassed to be caught in the middle of a discussion, but Lynn's brother tries to lighten the situation by pretending nothing was happening. Next day at school, Lynn and her brother are discussing their family situation when there's a commotion with Ali and Liu. As punishment for his behavior at school, Ali had to shave his hair. To show support to the boy she loves, Liu also shaved hers. That is the most honest relationship that Lynn has ever seen, and it gives her inspiration to follow their example. To be honest with herself. In the evening, she goes out with her father to eat. Her father explains they didn't want to tell her about their divorce because it could get in the way of her studies. Lynn feels guilty and thinks that her father was forced to be with her mother for her sake. Her father explains that some people just aren't meant to be together, and asks Lynn to be good to her mother from that day forward. When Lynn goes back home, her mother is there waiting for her holding a white dress. She asks Lynn to wear it for her graduation and Lynn hugs her. Moving on, Lynn arrives at school to another commotion. This time in her classroom. Students are all staring at the ceiling because someone painted the universe there. Lynn is amazed. Huang notices her smiling, something that Lynn rarely does. Before the graduation speech, he congratulates her on her award and tells her that Gail is leaving that afternoon. He tells her that no matter what happens, he wants her to be happy. Lynn is completely shocked that Gail is leaving, and she blanks out during her acceptance speech. She stands there staring at the crowd for seconds. Then, she decides to be honest. She says that she studied a lot to receive the award, that the only thing she thought about was entering a good college and becoming a model student. She continues saying that she isn't the model student that everyone thinks, and that to win the award, she cheated. To win the award, she ignored her best friend. She looked down on Lu's boyfriend and didn't get to know her little brother. She thought success meant freedom until someone told her that freedom comes from facing yourself. She cries as she says the person who helped her left and she didn't even say goodbye. She apologizes and says she doesn't accept the award. The students all clap for her as she runs from the auditorium to go after Gail. Even her teacher helps her escape. She tries to take a cab, but not a single one stops for her. Gail is already on the train ready to go. Lynn arrives minutes after the train starts to move. She yells for Gail, but he doesn't hear. When she realizes that it's over, she crouches down on the floor and starts to cry. Luckily, as she's leaving the station, Gail's brother sees her and stops to talk to her. She asks for a ride to go to the same radio station that she and Gail like to listen to. She manages to send a message to Gail. She tells him that she saw the painting he did in the classroom, and it made her really happy. She thanks him for everything and sings Hey Jude to him. Gail listens to everything and cries. Flashbacks of their moments together pass as the song continues playing. Moments that weren't shown, of Gail watching Lynn leave, or him invading the astronomy exhibition to take pictures of it. He was caught in the act and that's why he quit school. The moment when he goes to the school to paint the ceiling for Lynn. 10 years go by. Lynn became a successful astronomer. She never forgot Gail. As for Gail, he's living in Africa, so Lynn is planning on applying to a project there to maybe meet him again. Lu and Ollie continued dating and Ollie was planning on proposing. Lynn's little brother became a successful and famous singer. Lynn's parents became friends after their kids left home. Everyone got their happily ever after, and Lynn is expecting to find hers with the love of her life, Gail.